Yow, yow, yow. What up, what up, what up, my betting family? We back with another video here at No Limit Bets for the NBA slate of March 13th, 2023. Before we get started, though, as always, I would like to say good morning to y'all, good afternoon, whatever time it may be that you're watching this video. Hope y'all having a good one, and hopefully we can make it a better day by winning some money. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe, man. It's truly appreciated. We're currently on the road to 500 subscribers, and we're less than 50 subscribers away from hitting that mark. So I definitely appreciate all the love and support that you guys have shown thus far. But without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into today's video. I'm going to be bringing out my top 6 picks for tonight's NBA slate of games. Just to do a quick recap of yesterday's picks that I did post, we did it a little bit different. We only went with 4 picks yesterday, and we were only able to go 2-2 on those picks. So a neutral day. The 2 that were able to hit, Spencer Dinwiddie hit his over points and assists. And then we also took Jokic over his points and rebounds, which he crushed as he had a 30 and 20 game. The other 2 that weren't able to hit, we took James Harden over his points and assists as well. He ends up right on the hook with 32. And then we took Porzingis over his PRAs. But unfortunately, it was just one of those rough games for him. He dealt with foul trouble. Then on top of that, it was a blowout. So he really didn't stand a chance with all that that happened to him yesterday, or everything that transpired during the game yesterday. So 2-2 day. We definitely look to bounce back today and obviously get back to our winning ways. So let's go ahead and get started. For my first pick, I'm going to be going to a points and assists category, and I'm going to be taking the guy on the thumbnail. I'm going to be taking Trae Young over 37.5 points and assists. Now, tonight, the Hawks are going up against the Timberwolves, and against the Timberwolves, he's hit this over in 6 out of 8 career games, where he's averaging in those 8 games 32 points and 10.5 assists for a total of 42.5 points and assists. So in his career, he's played very, very well against the Timberwolves. Now, the Timberwolves this season are allowing the 5th most points per game to opposing point guards. So this should be a good matchup for Trae Young to get his scoring wise, but we also know that assist-wise, he could also get it done. This is the first matchup of the season between these 2 teams, so it should be a good one. But I'm going to be rocking with Trae Young over 37.5 points and assists. For my second pick, I'm going to be going to the points prop. I'm going to go to the Heat and Utah game, and I'm going to be taking Tyler Hero over 20.5 points. Now, I know he's been kind of struggling here recently over his last 5 games, only averaging 18.8 and hitting his over in 2 out of those 5 games. One of them, he did end up on the hook against the Hawks with 20 points. But against the Jazz, he's hit this over in 3 straight against the Jazz, including the one earlier matchup this season. So in those last 3 games that he has hit this over, he's hit 29 points, 27, and in the earlier matchup this season, he had 29 points as well. So it should be a good spot for Tyler Hero to get back, to his scoring ways. And then on top of that, Utah is allowing the 6th most points per game to opposing shooting guards over the last 15 games. So all in all, I think Tyler obviously should have a good night. I think this game, Jimmy Butler kind of takes a little step back, and Tyler Hero, is aggressive, comes out aggressive scoring. So we're going to be rocking with him for my second pick. For my third pick, I'm going to be taking an under. I'm going to go to the PRA category, and I'm going to go to the Rockets and Celtics game. And I'm going to be taking the under on Sengun 25.5 PRAs. Now, I know over his last 5, he's been pretty much playing well, averaging 27.4 over his last 5, hitting the over in 3 of those 5 games. But the matchups that he's had have been, very favorable. The teams that he has played are really teams that are not considered to be defensive teams. You have the Spurs, as you guys can see, in 2 of those games. Brooklyn, after their trades that they did make, they're pretty much the most tough defensive team that he has faced over these last 5 games. The Bulls as well, they tend to go off and on depending on their matchup. And then the Pacers, as we know, just like to score. So obviously tonight against the Celtics, they're going up against one of the best defensive teams in the league. And over the last 15 games, the Celtics are allowing the 4th least points per game, the 7th least rebounds per game, and the 3rd least assists per game to opposing centers. So all in all, I don't think this is going to be a good game for Sengun. Also, the spread I think is like 12.5 points, so it has potential blowout written all over it. And then on top of that, in his career against the Celtics, he's only averaging 15.6 PRAs. He's had a short career against the Celtics. He's only played them 3 times. But in their earlier matchup this season, he only ended up with 11 PRAs, not scoring a point. So he has 0 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. So I don't think this is going to be a good matchup for him. On top of it being a blowout potential, I'm going to be taking the under on Sengun's PRAs of 25.5 for my 3rd pick. For my 4th pick, I'm going to be sticking to the PRA category, and I'm going to be going down to the Suns and Warriors game, which should be one of, if not the best game on the slate tonight. And I'm going to be taking Devin Booker over 41.5 PRAs. Now, over his last 5 games, he's definitely has had it rolling. I'll show you guys here in a second once it loads up. I'm not sure what's taking this thing so long to load up. There it goes. So as you guys can see, he's averaging over his last 5, 47.4 PRAs, well above this line, going over in 4 out of those 5 games. The lone one missing was their last game against the Kings with 39. Now, the Warriors this season are allowing the 2nd most assists per game and the 2nd most rebounds per game to opposing shooting guards. So that should fare well for Booker. Also, as we know, he's been killing it here lately, as he's been averaging 36 points per game over his last 5 games overall. So I definitely expect him to have a big game tonight. I'm not sure if you guys remember their first matchup this season. Clay and Book were going at it. They were chirping at each other, had a little bit of an altercation. So it's a little bit of bad blood between these 2 guys. And I expect Booker to, not having forgotten about that. And I expect him to come out aggressive and make a statement. Now, these 2 teams have played each other 3 times thus far this season. Booker only played in 2 of those 3. And in the 2 games he played this season against the Warriors, he has hit this over in 1 of those 2, where he had 43 in that first meeting and then 38 in the 2nd meeting. So I think Booker has a big game tonight. So I'm going to be taking him for my 4th pick. For my 5th pick, I'm going to be sticking to the same game. I'm going to go to the other side. I'm going to go to the points category, and I'm going to be taking an under. I'm going to be taking the under on Draymond Green's 9 point. Now, this was just at 9.5. They just bumped it down, but either way, I'm going to be taking the under on those 9. As we know, Draymond is not much of a scorer, even though over his last 5 games, he is averaging 10 points, hitting the over in 3 of those 5. But the Suns, over the last 7 games, are allowing the 6th least points per game to opposing power forwards. And he's only hit this over in one of his last 7 games versus the Suns. Now, this season, he did one of those games. He did play all 3 matchups. And one of those games, he ended up with a push. The other, he went over with 14 points. And then their last meeting, he went under with 5 points. So all in all, I'm going to be taking Draymond under 9 points. In that first meeting where he had 14 points, Klay Thompson only had 2 points, which I definitely don't expect that today. That's probably one of the reasons why you had a 14-point game from Draymond. But all in all, he could probably get close to it, maybe 6-8 points, maybe even push at 9. But I don't think he scores double digits tonight. So I'm going to be taking his under 9 points for my 5th pick. And for my 6th and last pick, I'm going to be sticking to the points category, and I'm going to go to the Mavs and Grizzlies game, and I'm going to be taking Jaren Jackson over 20 points. Now, this just got bumped up. It was at 19.5 not too long ago. It was at 20 points. Either way, I still like it. He is averaging right the same as the line at 20, going over in 3 of those last 5 games. Now, this is a back-to-back against the same Mavs team. They played him 2 nights ago, where he only ended up scoring 14. In that game, he dealt with foul trouble in the first half, and he ended up only shooting 3 for 12 from the field and did not hit a 3, going 0 for 5. Now, I definitely expect this to be a bounce-back game for him. Dallas has been struggling to guard opposing power forwards, as over the last 7 games, the Mavs are allowing the most points per game to opposing power forwards. So as long as, Jaren Jackson doesn't get into foul trouble, which he has a tendency of doing, as long as he doesn't get into foul trouble and doesn't, throw off his rhythm and things of that nature, and he stays aggressive, I think he should easily hit over this 20-point mark. So I'm going to be taking him for my 6th and last pick. Now, that's going to be it for my top 6 picks. Just to recap, I'm going to be taking the over on all my picks except Sengun. I'm going to take the under the 25.5 PRAs, and Draymond under 9 points. As well, here at No Limit Bets, we like to go with the low risk, high reward. So I'm going to be placing a $5 bet for the possibility of winning 125. So I'm going to go ahead and place that entry. And that's going to be it for today's video, y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the games tonight, and we'll be back here tomorrow. Let's get